on to our next segment real quick. And what is coming up next is an interactive panel discussion on AI-driven PMOs, enhancing efficiency and effectiveness. So this will be a very interesting session, let me tell you. And because this is where the handshake between AI and PMO happens, we are facilitating this discussion with Mr. Manohar Yeraguntla. Manohar has over 18 years of extensive experience in project management domain and has a proven track record of establishing successful project management offices. Currently, he is heading the PMO function at Amar Raja Energy and Mobility and also serves as the Vice President of the PMI Pearl City chapter in Hyderabad. Recently, Manohar was also honored as the first runner-up in the prestigious PMOGA PMO Leader of India Awards 2024. We are indeed privileged to have him lead today's insightful discussion. Please put your hands together for Mr. Manohar Yeraguntla.
Hello friends, good afternoon. So again, every time I think I get a chance to stand in between you and lunch. Even now, I'm standing in between lunch and you. So I'm going to assure you that it will be a very interactive session and you have a lot of takeaways. AI is not a buzzword anymore, right? So it is integral part of our day-to-day activities, and even project management is nowhere special. The way how you plan, the way how you create the project plans or track and create your dashboards, everywhere AI is there. AI is going to use, you are going to use AI and enhance our efficiencies in the project. So our session today is designed with 3 panelists coming from diversified industries with different experiences, and it is structured such a way that you will be getting to hear more case studies, live examples, rather than hearing some generic thing, and one small fun element at the end. So with this, I welcome you all for the panel discussion on AI-driven PMOs, enhancing efficiencies and effectiveness. Today, we are joined with 3 distinguished panelists who bring a wealth of experience and insights on leveraging AI to transform PMO. The first panelist for the day is Mr. Karthikeya Lokanathan, Director of Software Engineering at Carrier. He is a seasoned PMO leader with 24 years of industry experience, leading comprehensive large-scale organization transformations, global initiatives, and programs. Strong expertise as a PMO leader, program management, product development, process improvement, and people management. And he has filed 7 US-based patents. And he is a PMP and CSM certified. Welcome, Karthik. The second panelist for today is Gaurav Dupar. He is the Assistant Vice President, PMO at Genback, and President of PMOGA. Gaurav Dupar is a strategic thinker, agile PMO leader, seasoned project manager, and he's also an avid author and a keynote speaker. He has a strong experience in establishing strategic partnership, designing GTM strategies, and delivering large-scale transformations. Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you for having me.
And the third panelist for today is Rahul Mendkar. He's a Senior Engineering Program Manager at Metronics. Rahul is a seasoned professional with over 20+ years of expertise in project management office leadership. He currently leads program and portfolio management for the cardiovascular portfolio at Metronics Engineering and Innovation Center, Hyderabad.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
So thanks to all of you for being here. Let us start. I'm sure, as like me, even audience are very excited to hear from your perspective on AI, how AI is shaping the PMOs. To start, I would like to ask each of you briefly share your perspective. How excited are you about application of AI in PMOs? Could you share any specific areas where AI has been implemented or being implemented in your organizations? So to do it, let me start with Karthik.
Can you guys hear me okay? All right. AI has been here for a while, right? We have been using it in different forms. With the advent of Gen AI, it's more visible, it's everywhere. Many of the keynote speakers spoke about it in different use cases, but from a PMO specific standpoint, we have been using it for historic project data analysis, identifying better project schedule and monitoring, doing better forecasting, as well as identify ways to predict our tasks, resources, budget, cost, all of it in an effective way. More examples I'll share as we go, but interestingly, some of the PPM tools and the ALM tools, as was shown before, has incorporating some of these capabilities. You may know Jira Intelligence, you may some of the PPM tools which has these AI capabilities very much incorporated. All of the companies now started leveraging those capabilities, and it's just so easy for everyone. We are also doing that in a very effective way, and it works very well, and the future is even more exciting with more and more feature coming.
Yeah, thanks, Karthik, for sharing insights. Gaurav, could you share your experience?
Sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So first of all, thank you so much for having me in this flagship event. We have heard a lot of good speakers in our earlier sessions, and I would not call it as artificial intelligence, I would call it as augmented intelligence. So my view about AI is that people talk a lot about bringing human in the loop, but it's about bringing AI in the human loop, which is more important when we want to analyze from the human perspective. So as Dr. Deepa also mentioned about human-centric design, and our earlier speakers, Raghu and Shalja. So I'm of the view that this technology, this tool, whatever we call it, is going to revolutionize the PMOs. And in the current context, we have been observing that this is making a mind shift, and we also need to reinvent our PMOs. Now, in terms of reinvention, there are a lot of things. It's not only about the technology, it's about the mindset which makes all the difference. So as Karthik also mentioned about trends, whether it is about predictive analytics, real-time monitoring, but ultimately, human has to play an important role while adoption and leveraging the best outcomes out of it.
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav, for sharing your experience. Over to you, Rahul.
Okay, thank you. You have been hearing about AI for long, correct? I think you have done your own research before coming here. I'm very excited about AI, personally. I'll give you a couple of data points why we should be excited about. Correct? I'll start with a small story and then add on to what Medtronic is doing about it. The story starts like there are two sisters in a room. I'm cutting short the long story, so I'm going to be a little fast here. There are two sisters in a room playing. Suddenly a monkey jumps in there, and now making a further advancement where the sisters are scared. Now the elder sisters feel the responsibility that I need to protect the younger one. She does that. How is the interesting part? While they called, or she called their parents or for help, no one turned up. But she used a help. That was Alexa. She said, Alexa, bark. And Alexa made a barking sound. Monkey thought it's a real dog. It ran away. So whether you know or not, you want or not, there are smart people who are using AI in every day, and that's going to be the future. The second data point I will talk about it is how AI is advancing, correct? I think you know this. This is the public data point, ChatGPT, correct? In 2023, it failed the bar exam, New York bar exam. In 2024, in less than 8 months, it is excelling. So anything which is like more reading, knowledge, that Alexa or the AI is advancing. Third, I think I'll talk about the PMI survey, correct? 82% of the leader who were surveyed last year, they said that they see their organization doing the project management or PMO function differently in coming next to 2 to 3 years. That's what the data point says, and that's what I'm very excited about it. Now I'm representing Medtronic here. Medtronic is a healthcare company. If any of you don't know, our mission is that elevating pain is restoring health, extending life. And now the Medtronic is leveraging AI into a lot of scenarios, right from bringing new products and therapies, operational excellence, and also the reducing the burden. I'll talk about it more depending on the time.
Yeah, thanks, Rahul. And I can see very interesting perspective from three of you. Let's move on to the next question. Rahul, it's again back to you. what are the common challenges PMO face when implementing AI, and how can they overcome?
Okay. I think few of the leaders have talked about it. I'll not repeat those again. But simplest thing is, one is that knowledge, correct? I think being technical, technology savvy, knowing that, okay, this is something coming, equipping yourself on that. That's the first thing. And then I think leaders talked about it. I think you need to be keeping yourself up to date, train yourself. The second is to implement the AI, it's about data, machine learning, correct? If your data is not ready, then probably machines will not be able to read it properly. The outcome, what it's going to give, is not going to be useful, or I think you will not be able to act on it. The keeping that data readiness is very important. Third is, I'll call it out, is that maybe if you take an example, there is multiple tools. I think leaders talked previously, there are multiple tools. But how do we make sure that, I think, when we are making decisions, there is an integration of these tools and we are able to see a consistent outcome from those? Fourth is more from a return on investment perspective, correct? You can start small, or maybe I think wherever the function, I'm just looking at a more PMO as a function, you can start doing. But how do you bring that scalability when it comes needs to be deployed across organization? How do you make that scalable? That's another challenge. And I think my colleagues will share here more on that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rahul. That definitely very great insights how we can implement AI. Someone trying to start implementing AI in PMOs. So, Karthik, what skills will be essential for project managers to effectively leverage AI in their workspace?
Oh, great question. I think right for this audience. Basically, in my experience, I have seen pretty much the PMs are passionate, they are task-oriented, and they have this blend of art and science skills. So pretty much the PM, in my opinion, are ready with the soft skills and the required skills on the need of the hour, which is the AI-based PMO, right? But one thing, as I was also echoing with the previous keynote speaker, is how the PM are becoming more the technical PM. So one key skill that is essential is being more tech savvy going forward, right? With AI doing pretty much most of the administrative operational tasks that takes away the load from you, how can you elevate yourself to be more strategic? How can you be more valuable in your organization? So unless you be more technical, then it becomes difficult. So what it means, all the PMs have to do some research and learn how to take some of the AI skills into their domain, into their industry, into their products. As a result, you are adding more and more value to the organization growth and journey. So being more tech savvy in this AI era is going to be very, very important. And that's the most important and the only skill I would recommend that PM should possess.
Yeah, thanks, Karthik. Gaurav, to be specific, how is AI being used to identify and mitigate risk in your projects? If you have any examples, that would be great.
Sure. So I'll take an example of my organization, Genpact. So I'm leading a business risk management function, and you know, risk identification and mitigation are the most important parts. So in this function, we basically make sure that if a particular deal comes in, right from the sales to the solutioning to the delivery, the risks are proactively identified, and we should have commitment for those risks, and who is going to own it and how you are going to mitigate it. So in this scenario, we have internally developed an early warning system, which helps you in identifying the risks proactively, even when the sales or the solutioning is being done, and rather based on the past data which we have with similar type of deals, we try to proactively pull that risk from the repository and see whether these risks apply to this particular deal or not. So this helps not only the initial solution development, but also the delivery teams in identifying which could be the probable risks. Because see, the most important part is the unknown unknowns. What you know, you can definitely mitigate it, but what you don't know, how it is going to take shape and how you are going to mitigate it, that's the most important part. So through this internal system or the application which we have developed, it has helped a lot in terms of identifying these risks, and it also helps us in doing real-time monitoring. Say, for example, we are doing some assessment, so it will help us in identifying what are the possible technical challenges we can encounter and how we can overcome them in terms of building an integrated solution. There could be commercial risks. There could be a lot of infrastructural issues, right? So all these type of things helps us in proactively identifying them and making sure that these risks are known to all the stakeholders, and we can help our stakeholders in identifying those risks and owning them.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Gaurav. And it's again back to Karthik. Just a quick question on you. Which routine task within PMOs have you successfully automated using AI, and what are the benefits that you derived out of it?
Sure. I think Saileja talked about you may have data in your organization. Unless you unleash the data, it's meaningless, right? So how do you translate the data into information, which is essential for us to make decision? So that's where we built what we call internally a project health system, right? In order for PMOs or the entire organization to be effective, they should know the health of their strategic initiatives, their projects, and the data is everywhere. So we created a system which basically works with all of the product development tools, your PLM, ALM, all of those things. And basically what it does is it downloads all of the key data, it aggregates them, and then it makes a visualization through some charts. As a result, anybody in the organization for any given project can easily see the health by looking at the chart. And what it does is it has the time series data, so you know how a project team is performing over a period of time. You call it by their velocity, or you call it their on time to delivery, all of that thing. And interestingly, with AI, we are adding more analytics capability and notification features. As a result, imagine you get all of that information to your email box on everyday basis in terms of, hey, if we go with the same rate of burn down, we may not able to achieve the project on time, right? So this is a real-time system what we have in place, and with which we are trying to see how we can reduce the amount of project failures in our organization. And I would recommend every team to have such kind of an early warning system or some kind of a system to predict and proactively work upon project failures.
Yeah, thank you. I can very well correlate. Even I've been using that in my project. So thank you, Karthik. And Gaurav, we know that we use AI for project forecasting. So how AI can improve the accuracy of project forecasting, and do you have any example to share with the audience?
Sure. So definitely forecasting is the most important part. And when we talk about AI, the most important thing is to integrate the predictive analytics with the AI tools. Now, when it comes to predictive analytics, it is more about gaining those insights and making sure that your AI tool is able to analyze those predictions and provide the best efficiencies, the outcomes, the benefits expected. So in those terms, we have generated one Gen AI accelerator, which is about automating the SDLC lifecycle. Now, when it comes to the forecasting part, the entire software development lifecycle becomes very complex when we have number of methodologies, whether it is agile, waterfall, hybrid, right, or maybe lean. Now, how to make sure that the project outcomes which we have envisioned are as per our goals. So it is very important that we make sure that the entire SDLC lifecycle gives us that forecast or prediction in terms of planning, maybe then execution, monitoring and control, and finally the closure. So in this aspect, we have developed that Gen AI accelerator, which helps you to write code, optimize it, and further make sure that whatever unit test cases or the integration test cases we are preparing are as per the business requirements. So it is important that we need to understand those business requirements and then basically create our business goals and the benefits which we expect or the business expects, right? So it is important that we analyze this entire chain with the benefits coming out of each of these stages. So that stage gate benefit realization is very important, though it becomes very difficult when we talk about the holistic or the strategic view. But ultimately, these sum up to the overall strategic view, and it also helps you in analyzing where are we lacking, right? So that you can adapt your techniques. So this particular tool helps throughout the SDLC lifecycle in forecasting as well as measuring the performance and adapting to the changes.
Yeah, thanks. You very well summarized yeah, definitely you need to have that feedback mechanism so that you can improve your forecast. Thanks, Rahul. Rahul, you mentioned earlier that about some of the common challenges someone want to start a PMO. So for them, any piece of advice from your side, one piece of advice, someone want to kickstart their PMO journey? AI.
Okay, good question. When we say AI is everywhere, there are so many things we can do, correct? And then at the same time, we know that we cannot do everything. So that's why I think we have to leverage our strength, which is about our strength in terms of problem solving, our ability to understand stakeholder needs, correct? And I think our ability to lead the teams or functions and groups. My suggestion is, I think, twofold. While I can tell you, okay, get started. My first suggestion will be get started. If you are not started already, get started. That's the first thing. Second aspect of it, 2x2 matrix has become famous today, I think. 3 of the presenters, I think, will use that. So probably, I think, if you want to do just an organizational map on the x-axis from starting from everyday AI, we talked about example like automated emails or documenting minutes of meeting to the on the extreme side, I think breakthrough AI in terms of the products and innovation. And at the same time, on the y-axis, if we can plot internal versus external, correct? I think that's where I think you will be able to get that 4 quadrant. AI is important. My suggestion will be start using that bottommost quadrant where it is more internal, and every day start improving the efficiencies. That will definitely lead into the time saving, and use that time in terms of driving the breakthrough innovation which is required by your customers and who are waiting for it. In terms of healthcare, it is more our patients and clinicians. That's what we look it forward for in terms of creating new therapy or new product which will help to do the better therapy or better solutioning.
Yeah, thank you very much, Rahul. Let us move on to the next section for the day. Till now, we talked about a few generic things about AI, how we can implement AI, how we can start. So I want to be more specific where our audience can able to understand some real-time examples which you guys have implemented in your organizations. To be specific, maybe you can protect your IP in case if you don't want to disclose something. But if you can go as realistic as possible, a case study which you have used, so it becomes a very good example for all of us. So with this, let me move to Karthik. Karthik, can you walk us through where and how AI being leveraged at Carrier?
Okay, so first of all, Carrier is a industry leader in the HVAC, right? Basically, we do the intelligent climate products, and it's an equipment company. And AI is being deployed across the organization. Our digital organization is trying to improve the employee effectiveness and efficiency of the workforce by augmenting, automating some of the business processes through AI, right? So they are incorporating multiple AI solutions. As a result, the employee experience as well as employee productivity is high. In engineering, where I belong, we have been using AI in software engineering. The complete end-to-end SDLC is pretty much being automated now. You start with requirements, coding, testing, as well as releasing. The entire life cycle is automated to a large extent. As a result, the productivity gain we see across our employee software engineering community is phenomenal. AI is not only just on the processes side, right? The products are getting more and more AI driven today. As we speak, the HVAC equipments, we have AI in control, right? How much of a comfort and convenience we need to provide adaptively based on the environment, based on the weather and all those things. So AI is incorporated already into the products that we see every day in life, including the IoT stuff we talked about. And once the product is there, you need the aftermarket and services organization ability to understand the fleet. So they have AI implemented to understand the fleet analytics, what kind of customer repair requests are coming, how to analyze them, and what kind of a warranty actions we have to take. So AI is being deployed in those areas of fleet analytics for the aftermarket organization. And moving on to the supply chain, many may wonder what kind of a use case exists there, but let me tell you, there are pretty good features. One being the entire RFP process that we use, you can do it through the AI. Let's say for my commodity like copper, I have an industry price, I have my company price. How to get the best deal for that commodity for a duration of time, the entire process is being trialed through AI without any human intervention. So end-to-end, the entire organizational process as we speak today, across the functions, there are some good use cases and pilots, and some are matured and implemented as well in products. So we at Carrier have been embracing AI across the life cycle.
Awesome, awesome. A lot of takeaways even for me. I think you gave some pointers which I should pick and implement in my organization also. Thanks, thank you, Karthik. And Gaurav, can you share a scenario where AI-driven optimization made a remarkable impact on one of your projects?
Yeah, sure. Before that, I'll take one example of my organization, which is about continuous learning. So as you must have heard, the Honorable Minister talked about reskilling and upskilling. So we have a collaborative learning platform which is called as Genome, and it is supported by MIT. So in this particular collaborative platform, every employee or the learner is basically assessed on his current skills, and it gives you those skill gaps which the employee needs to work upon. So based on this entire learning platform, all the skill gaps and the proficiency levels are also assessed so that learner knows where he or she stands. So this helps in not only in upgrading the skills, but also making them industry relevant and the project specific needs of the particular business.
Right.
Now, moving on to the actual question regarding the optimization part. So in our current business, we have seen that there have been challenges in terms of the changing requirements. Now, how those changing requirements can be used to our benefits, how we can leverage them. Now, wherever there are challenges, there are opportunities. Now, those particular change management principles are at one place, and how we actually implement them, those are most important. So I'm not saying that those theoretical aspects are not important, but once you bring them to life, you bring them to action, then only it takes that real meaning. So in terms of optimization, we have implemented our change risk and the management principles implemented through AI by bringing them the actual priorities, how those changes are prioritized in the entire life cycle. Now, when we talk about PMOs, the most important part, is prioritization. Now, if that prioritization is done right, you will definitely pick those projects which can bring you the maximum benefits and the expected outcomes. So in terms of optimization, we continuously try to improve the prioritization process where the projects or the programs are analyzed or assessed on various parameters. And these parameters actually keep on changing, right? So how to make them more business-centric and employee-centric, we try to focus on these parameters based on the actual requirements. So that's how we continuously try to optimize our change requirement and change management process.
Awesome, awesome. Thanks, Gaurav. Rahul, you've been doing a lot of AI integration in your projects. So tell me one AI integration at Medtronics you have done that has maximized your project outcomes.
Sure. So I can quote one Medtronic, one non-Medtronic example here.
Yeah, you
because
can,
I saw
please.
some of the audience, I think.
Sure,
A
sure.
few of the things which Karthik, Gaurav talked, those are part of, I think, being implemented at Medtronic in terms of prioritization, software development, some of the process automation. But two examples I'll talk, one from Medtronic. In the Medtronic, I think, say the products are used by the patients and clinicians, correct? So there is a human at the end. If there is a delay in delivering those devices, it could be life-threatening, correct? So now, but imagine a situation that because of the unforeseen event or the natural disaster, one factory is not able to operate to its capacity, but our product needs to be delivered to our patients and customers, correct? Now, how do we do this scenario planning? And then we cannot really have that much of additional, we cannot keep additional manufacturing plant, supply chain, distribution centers ready with additional stock. Now, this is where the AI comes in handy. Our AI tool has that information there. I think what is the plant's capacity and everything is fed in. I think we give the scenario, okay, scenario 1, scenario 2, correct? I think if this happens, what could be done? That really optimizes, I think, what products we should prioritize, what distribution center should really ship that part from A DC to second DC. So all that is the AI driven. Imagine the situation we have to do all this manually. I feel it's really difficult. And then I'm sure, I think there is a possibility of error. But with the helping, obviously, I think we still keep a human in the loop. But we make AI first because we rely on that AI to make those decisions. And that's where the historical data is helping to make those decisions. Otherwise, I might have a bias based on yesterday's example, but the AI has the data for last couple of years. That's one thing I can talk about. One non-Medtronic, because lots of people raised the hand who said they are not from non-IT, correct? I met one of the gentlemen, he is the CEO of a real estate company, okay? I was just having casual conversation. It was just a coincidence I met him. And I just asked him, like, because I was from project management, I asked about the project management question. To my surprise, he took out his mobile phone and opened a mobile application app. And he showed me that, okay, these are the 5 sites going on. And on this floor, this work is done, this is not done. These are the 5 issues on this floor and all. I was really amazed with the kind of digitization construction industry has adopted. And it's also investment, correct? And that's where I asked the question, okay, hey, you are investing so much money. How is it is driving value to you? Because today I see your super has to go to the site, take a photo, upload so that you get all this data. But he said, no, I think this is really helping me. Because imagine a situation when my first worker comes here, I think he knows where to go, what work to do. Imagine a scenario that if my supervisor who is supposed to be here at 8 a.m., he is late by 10 minutes, my 100 workers are waiting. That is the efficiency loss. And if I replicate that on every day across multiple sites, I think there is tremendous amount of value. And he's out doing the data analysis and artificial intelligence. Because if a site is not ready, he can click a button and send that worker to the second site. And that's what I think can be done. And that's what the benefit of AI, I think what we are getting the benefit out of.
Yeah, thanks, Rahul. Definitely, yeah. One more very interesting thing which you talked about is the scenario planning is something that is something even I'm going to pick that one, and also on how you can improve the efficiency. And thanks for touching base one non-IT example also. Thank you. So now I think let us move on to the final section for today's panel discussion. We've been talking more about AI, a lot of things, right? Now let us move on to some rapid fire thing. Not sure, this has been done earlier, a rapid fire in a panel discussion, but we have prepared some very interesting questions for 3 panelists. So let me go there. Let me start with Karthik. Karthik, what's the most significant benefit AI has brought to your PMO?
It's predictability and productivity.
Predictability and productivity. Thank you. Thank you for keeping it short. Gaurav, what's the biggest challenge in integrating AI into PMO processes?
See, it's about the data and skills.
Data and skills. That's the biggest challenge, integrating AI into PMOs. Okay. Rahul, can AI completely replace human project managers?
Short answer is no.
No? Thank you. Karthik, how do you measure the success of AI initiatives in your PMO?
Everything is driven by data, which is KPI. So everyone should have KPI to make sure the outcomes are achieved.
Yeah, something can't measure, we can't achieve. That's as simple as it. Thank you. Gaurav, what's one AI trend you foresee shaping the future of PMOs?
Fantastic question. I think it's the hyper-personalization of project management.
Hyper-personalization of project management. Excellent. Rahul, would you prefer AI over human for last-minute project reports? I think we come across this many times. How many of you use generative AI for generating reports or something? Right? Yeah, I think, yeah, I can say at least 50%.
Yeah, I think, yes, I'll rely on AI for the last minute reports. I think the role of the PMO will evolve, correct? And that's the answer to the previous question, why I said no, that it will not be replaced, because our role will evolve. I think some of the tasks will go out, and I think we'll adopt new one. I think we'll be focused on strategy more.
So no, your answer is no.
Answer is no.
Okay. Okay, some more interesting questions. I think I can see a little bit of time. So Karthik, it's for you. Is your AI tool smarter than your boss? I hope your boss is not here.
Luckily, he is not here. And for, by the way, it's not, right? AI tool cannot replace, especially a leader. As we have seen, the creativity part and the decision-making part, AI cannot replace human.
Okay. Gaurav, is cybersecurity a top priority when integrating AI in PMOs?
Yeah, definitely. I experienced it yesterday. So while coming from Delhi to Hyderabad, so I think it's very important. Yeah.
Thank you. Rahul, do you think AI will ever win a project management award? Maybe PMI should consider this AI project management award.
I think it might, but we'll have to create a new category called AI.
Thank you. Karthik, can AI handle office politics?
Oh. AI cannot come even closer to it. It's because all the emotions and politics is way too much for it to digest. No way.
No. Thank you. I think, yeah, that's a difficult...
If I can add, there is no predictability with the politics. That AI cannot get.
No predictability, right? Good word. That's agreed. Gaurav, best project assistant or just another team member? Is AI a best project assistant or another team member?
So I would say it's a project assistant only because it cannot replace a team member. Yeah.
Karthik, Rahul, yeah, share one area where it's hard to replace AI with human.
I think the leadership, I think what we have, correct? I think human-centric leadership. I think AI, I don't think it can do in near future, at least 1-2 years, I don't see. That's what I think is one thing.
Karthik, can AI-driven PMOs reduce the need for Monday morning status meetings?
Absolutely. I think to a large extent it can help aid in that process, and then the PMs are the decision makers to move on with that. Yes.
Okay, that reduces lot of that gives lot of time. Monday morning meetings. Yes. Gaurav, is AI better at multitasking than humans?
Well, yes and no. If I talk about human, there is nothing as such multitasking, but it's about your focus. If you divert your focus, you lose many things. And I think same thing can happen with AI also.
Okay, thank you. And the last question to Rahul, any specific AI application you would like to see in coming days in PMO? Something which is not available right now, which you think that should be implemented?
Yeah. So you see, we talked about emotions. We talked about few of the things like on the emotions side, AI emotions, correct? I think if you are able to build, or the AI, there is a sentiment analysis, correct? I think where we can run through all our communication and say that, okay, stakeholder A is not happy or is trending negative. I think that's what something I think will be really helpful in terms of doing that good stakeholder management.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the rapid fire. Now, why can't we take some time? And I think we have a couple of minutes, right, team, for couple of questions. Maybe three. To be fair, we have three panelists. So I can't say, I think it's three. Okay, let's, now the floor is open for some questions. So please, I think, yeah. So.
Hi, Manohar.
Hi.
That was a fantastic session. Thank you, Gaurav, Rahul, and Karthik. Myself, Anita, I'm from Bangalore chapter. I've come all over there from Bangalore to just, to get all the key insights like this, what, we heard from you guys. So I think we've got a lot of examples and a lot of case studies from you. So what is a piece of advice you recommend for all the leaders today to foster a culture of AI? In case, if there's a challenge or something like, how do you, what do you advise that if there's a resistance to, take the AI?
Yeah, thanks. Who want to take? Guys, I don't want. Resistance, how? What advice? People want implementing AI.
Resistance in implementing AI, is that your question? Okay. Yes. See, I think simplest thing, we are entrepreneurial program managers, project managers, correct? We have to show value in what we are doing, and that can take out the resistance. If you are able to make a case where you are able to significantly save time, dollars, and compare that with the investment, you can bring that resistance down. Or the other way to do it is do a smaller POC, demonstrate a value that can lead to the larger funding or larger initiatives in the organization.
Yeah.
So from my perspective, we need to have strong change agents, as you need to have in change management process. If you have strong change agents, strong, compelling vision, and why we want to bring that change. So I think that will definitely help in reducing or overcoming the resistance to that change.
I would like to add one more thing, if you allow me. See, it's like, if you are 100 hour, define your problem for 99 hour and solution in one. AI may be the solution or may not be. So just because we are talking about AI is not the always solution. So define your problem right, see if the AI is a solution, then only implement. Don't assume that AI is going to solve every problem and then start with the AI as an approach.
Thanks. Any more? Okay, yeah. Go on, please.
Thank you, sir. This is Shushanto Banerjee from Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. My question is, we are using the AI and AI-based decision making. But my prospect is whether we are using the correct model who is going to decide. Like, sir, you told about time series data, like for any prediction and all. Now, if time series data has 4 or 5 types of models, one is LSTM, one is ARIMA, one is Prophet, okay. So, you are given one graph of time series data, this is the expected, this is current happening. But whether we are qualified, capable to see, yes, that model has predicted correctly, or which model has used. If that model is used, what is the error margin is taken? So, my question to you is, whether we should be little bit empowered to see AI generative data or result, empower in the sense, concept, little bit in-depth knowledge about it, who is seeing like PM or PMO or a decision maker, or the person who is little bit of technical background. If not, little bit we have to go for whether we should go for a training kind of thing, so that only we can know yet we are using AI, we are using generative AI, we are using which model of machine learning. That is the thing. Overall, our result should not give us a wrong conclusion. So what is your take on that part?
Okay. So your question is in general, to summarize that, are you totally relying on AI to make a decision, or is there a human in the loop? Correct? That's your question?
Yeah, actually it's difficult.
So, yeah, I think, see, we are not at a stage where we can put our entire operation into autopilot and go. We are not. So there is I think while explaining the example also, I said that there the AI does that analysis, but the decisions are taken by human. Correct? There is a human who is saying that, okay, yeah, go with the option one, because there is also some analysis done by the people in the loop. And that, I think, at least Medtronic, I'll talk about at least the project which I talked about, we are in a position to go into autopilot and say, okay, AI will do everything, there will be no one in the supply chain. No. I think more and more challenges are coming. As these things are given it to AI, there are more challenges I think we are able to resolve, which is going to make it a better supply chain team for us.
Just to add specifically on the technical side, right? Even nowadays, the platforms are model agnostic, right? So for example, in one of our projects, we started off with GPT 3.5, but then we didn't see that accuracy or the results. We moved to Cloud, now Sonnet. So obviously, everybody have to experiment, and the team with data scientists and others have to have that skill to make sure that you are applying the right model for the right problem to achieve the right solution. Otherwise, garbage in, garbage out, right? So obviously and absolutely, model is essential, and we need that skill to apply the right model.
Okay. I think. No. Okay. I think maybe in the interest of time. Okay. So they will be here. Okay. Go ahead.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Hi. Fantastic discussion. Thank you so much. I think it's lots of valuable inputs and insights. So my question is slightly relevant to what was asked previously. My name is Shri, by the way. I am IT&D product manager in Reckitt. So in relevance to the previous question, what mechanisms are in place, or we can suggest that you can keep in the process to validate all the AI predictions that are, to ensure they remain accurate and relevant to the time?
So the question is, can you give one model? Can you repeat your question?
Yeah, any suggestions or the
How do you
validation
ensure
process
that
you
predictions are accurate? How do you validate those? That's the question.
So
Yeah.
I'll take a shot. I think you call it model in loop in some cases, as well as what we are doing is creating the mock data and making sure that mock data generates the right result for the right situation again, right? So two things as an advice or suggestion based on the experience is, one, you should have the right mock data to make sure that results are accurate. So that's one. And two, as I said before, use the right model to the right solution. Then you will have better accurate results.
Just to add, we need to do a pilot. Before actually jumping to the real life use case, do a pilot, identify the data set, and make sure you are continuously training that model. Because it's all about training, right? The more data you feed, the more coverage you will do, right? So it's all about doing that experimentation, learning from it, and adapting it.
Yeah, thanks. I think in the interest of time, let me stop here. I don't want you to stop going to your lunch. I think we had a very engaging session where we could able to learn how some of the real use cases from three of the pioneers organizations like Medtronic, Career, and also Genpact. We have seen the real-time examples, how AI been implemented in their PMOs and how AI is shaping the projects. So with this, I think we will, before I close, any closing remarks from three of you quickly? Yeah, we don't have much time.
We try to do our best. One of the disclaimer rather from our end, to put our knowledge and industry experience and based on the prior expertise or knowledge that we have gathered through implementing AI solutions into our projects and PMOs. Hopefully this helped you in some or the other way, and you have some takeaways for you to implement in your organization.
Great.
So from my perspective, I would say understand the requirements well, and don't jump on implementing AI just because it is becoming a buzzword or it is so prevalent. Make sure that you understand the requirement first and then implement AI, how it can enhance or optimize the performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think AI is a buzzword and context is everything. Please assess your plane of reference whenever you are taking a solution directly, either from AI or from anyone other expert. That always helps.
Yeah, thank you. Karthik, Gaurav, and Rahul for the great insights and helping our audience with a lot of questions and answers. And I think we can conclude this. And thank you very much, audience, for all the support. Thank you. Maybe we'll take
Thank
a selfie.
you. Thank you,
I would like
folks.
to just give a.
Yes,
I would like
yes.
to take a selfie with the panelists, with the crowd. If any of the board member wants to join, please feel free to join. Vinay? Anyone joining? Come on the stage quickly. Vinay? Vinay, Seshu, where are you guys? Okay. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you,
I think
folks.
can you just say, Rahul, after Karthik.
I'm sure everyone had great takeaways from this session, and thank you, Manohar, for facilitating it so wonderfully. So now I request our founding member and prior president of PMI PCC chapter, Ramam, to please come on stage and present a memento to Gaurav and Manohar as a token of our gratitude. We can start with Gaurav, maybe. Yes. A round of applause, everyone. And now to Manohar. And now I call on stage Shiva Gyana Sambandam, Treasurer of PMI PCC, to give out the mementos to Karthikeyan and Rahul. Thank you so much, folks. And Rahul.